Good morning. Would the scholars please stand for a moment? Go ahead and wiggle your arms, move your legs, try to get some of that nervousness out, and tell me, good morning.
Good morning.
All right, that's better. Now relax. We have a very short ceremony before the interviews begin, and I would just like to welcome you all here. My name is Patricia Brown. I'm the Vice President for Enrollment at Daemen, and this is one of our happiest events. We have great students, we have our faculty and campus turned out to greet you, we have wonderful sessions for you to attend throughout the morning, and then a sumptuous lunch. So please enjoy your day, and we'll see you all here in the fall, I hope. It is my pleasure to introduce the president of Daemen College, Dr. Gary Olson. Dr. Olson is a noted scholar of rhetoric, writing, and culture. He is the 6th president of Daemen and has brought with him an exciting and ambitious agenda for the college. Please help me welcome Dr. Olson.
Good morning, everyone. You know, this is one of the most important events that Daemen College has throughout the entire year. And it's certainly my favorite because it really celebrates excellence, and that's what Daemen is all about. We're really about excellence, but affordable excellence, and that's the best situation of all. We like to recognize that scholars need opportunities to learn without the pressure of financial concerns. And so it's for this reason we've selected the best and the brightest of our accepted students to come to campus to interview for these Trustee Scholarship Awards. And it's an exciting time. It's an exciting day. We're committed both to excellence and affordability, and there are 12 Trustee Scholarships. 2 are full tuition scholarships, and the remaining 10 range from about $13,000 to $17,000. So they're pretty substantial. Those of you who are our scholars in the audience, you've been selected because you're able, you're curious, you're disciplined, you have the vision and enthusiasm to breathe life into your dreams. Now, overall, we want students who make a difference, and that's what Daemen students do. You know, we, over each year, have 30,000 hours of community service out in the local community. That's how much we're committed. So I encourage you to spend the day attending as many sessions as you can. You'll find our alumni, our current students, professors, staff, everybody will be there to share their experiences with you, and I hope it's as enjoyable a day for you as it is for me. So good luck to you all.
The remarkable young woman you are about to meet is a current Trustee Scholar. She will have earned 3 degrees by the time she leaves Daemen College. She earned her first degree, a BA in Spanish, in 3 years. And she will have her BS and MS degrees when she finishes her Physician Assistant Studies program in May of 2016. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Abrianna Adler.
Buenos días, estudiantes y padres, y bienvenidos. Soy Abrianna Adler, y me acuerdo muy claramente este día hace 4 años. Ahora estoy muy orgullosa de presentar mi propia historia con ustedes de lo que he aprendido, dónde he viajado y cómo he cambiado. Good morning, students and parents, and welcome. My name is Abrianna Adler, and I remember very clearly this day about 4 years ago. Now, I am proud to share with you my story on what I have learned, where I have traveled, and how I have changed. I introduced myself in Spanish, which I had studied in high school, but did not speak fluently at all. However, I knew that I wanted to continue the language throughout my college career. Languages have always been intriguing to me, but I had no idea of what I was going to be capable of doing, potentially studying abroad in college and taking myself way out of my comfort zone without my mom in front of me with her maps. Besides my love for languages, during high school, I had a newfound passion for science and health. At that time, I was involved with ballet class, where I was struggling with my flat feet and shin splints, so I went to our family doctor, or actually the physician assistant. I realized that I was fascinated by human anatomy and the PA's knowledge and care for me as a patient. With many hours of student observation of our family PA, I knew that I wanted to pursue this as a career. When I searched for potential colleges with physician assistant programs, I found Daemen first because it was close to home, about an hour from Buffalo to Rochester, which meant that I would have to live on campus and gain some independence. On my first visit to Daemen, I really liked the size of the campus, its friendly atmosphere, and how the professor-to-student ratio was kept small. Daemen had a modern language department if I wanted to add Spanish as a minor, along with its 5-year physician assistant master's program, which was exactly what I was looking for. I applied, was accepted, and that was that. I did not even investigate any other colleges in my search. When it came time for my trustee scholarship interview, I was extremely nervous going in, but as soon as the professor in the room asked what I was interested in, and I mentioned one of them is Spanish, she introduced herself as the chair of Daemen's Spanish department, Dr. Denise Mills. All of a sudden, my nervousness stopped, and I became excited because there was a great connection between us. I had this strange surge of confidence that burst through me for the first time, and I continued to share my experiences and goals with my future Spanish teacher. Students, what I truly believe here at Daemen is that from the very beginning, your professors will strive to get to know who you are, challenge you, and bring out your full potential. I met Dr. Mills as a high school student at my Scholars Day interview, and she eventually helped me in arranging a full semester study abroad program. In my sophomore year, I studied in Guanajuato, Mexico, and had a summer internship in my junior year in Seville, Spain. I am sure most of you are wondering, how did I have time to study abroad while completing the rigorous requirements for physician assistant programs? Well, I knew that if I wanted to become fluent in Spanish, that was my best option. I wanted to be a bilingual PA in a practice. Not only is being bilingual a valuable asset that increases job outlook, but it helps to diversify and expand any profession. In the medical field, especially in the United States, there is a growing number of patients who only speak Spanish that require bilingual providers or interpreters to break the communication barriers so they can receive proper care. Along with being able to help the Spanish-speaking patients in my own community, I could potentially work to bring the physician assistant profession to Latin America as well. So, with the encouragement of the faculty in both the Spanish and physician assistant departments, I decided to study an extra year for my undergraduate phase of the PA program. This meant that the class that I entered with would not be the class that I would graduate with. I had to adjust to a new group of PA students. However, this wasn't my only challenge. I was always a hard worker in high school, but I wasn't the straight A, study the night before to get that perfect score type of student. I really had to put in a lot of effort to do well. PA students are required to take 2 semesters of chemistry. During the second semester, I ended up failing the first exam badly. I went to my teacher's office, Dr. Smesko, whom I had the semester before, and broke out in tears. I cried and said, I am withdrawing and I am changing my major. I can't do this. She took my test, rolled it up, and tapped me on the head and said, oh no, you are not. She had explained that if I worked hard and improved on my second test, she wouldn't weigh the first test as high. I left her office, found a student tutor at Rick's Learning Center, and was determined to improve. This determination and encouragement from my professor led me to a 99% on the second exam. After that difficult first year of chemistry, biology, and Spanish grammar classes, I was the only student from Daemen on her way to Guanajuato under the North American Mobility Program with grant funding to complete a project in sustainability. I decided to do a project about Mexico's issues of residual wastewater and its effect on health. I was chosen to work with a grad student at the University of Guanajuato who devoted his time in the chemistry lab investigating the development of bioethanol from wheat straw. My job was to research the components of the waste generated from his experiment and describe the potential risk factors to the human body. I learned proper techniques in a chemistry lab, how to research for scientific information, and how to appreciate the need for a sustainable innovation to protect our health. Apart from the project I was working on in Guanajuato, I met students from all across the US, Japan, Germany, and Switzerland. I took salsa lessons with the locals, learned about the beautiful culture of Mexico, and took classes at the university there that earned me many credits at Daemen. When I returned, I realized that with these extra credits, plus the extra semester I took before entering the professional phase of the PA program, I had time to complete a major in Spanish, not just the minor. So, I continued the science work I needed for the undergraduate portion of the PA program and finished the requirements needed for the Bachelor's of Spanish. Every student at Daemen is required to take a service learning class. I chose to work at El Buen Amigo, a fair trade store filled with products from Latin America, where I practiced my Spanish right here in downtown Buffalo with the owner, who was a political refugee from Chile. For this service learning class, another Daemen student and I organized weekend events to be held at El Buen Amigo during the month of March that celebrated the power of women through art, poetry, dance, and music with the community of Buffalo. I even stepped in as the instructor for the salsa dance class for one of the events that took place that month, since I had learned it in Mexico. For my Spanish thesis, I chose to research breast cancer and alternative rehabilitation methods for such as dance therapy. With two close relatives who were fighters of breast cancer in my family, this topic was dear to my heart, and it was easy for me to enjoy the difficult process of composing a thesis. I presented my work during last year's academic festival that Daemen holds every spring. Even though this was all done in Spanish, I could still tie in my interest in medicine and my love for language. At this point, I realized that 3 years of my college career had just flown by, yet I would be walking across the stage to receive my bachelor's diploma for Spanish. However, the travel bug bit me once more, and I decided to go to Seville, Spain for the summer before entering the professional phase of the PA program. In Seville, I completed an internship at El Hospital de la Santa Caridad, a residency and nursing home for men built in the 17th century. I was a bit skeptical on how I would like geriatrics, but I came away absolutely loving it while learning about diabetes, cardiology, schizophrenia, dementia, and all in Spanish. My fondest memories during this internship were the relationships I made with the elders at the residency. I learned to respect them as patients at the nursing station, but what mattered most to them was that I also accepted them as friends and even as family, since many had none. They loved sharing their stories with me about their life in Spain and loved giving me advice for my own. I will never forget Manuel, who was 90 years old, who gave me a painting, or Francisco, who was paralyzed from a stroke, that smiled so big every morning when I greeted him in English, since he traveled to England when he was a young boy and hardly ever heard it again. Currently, you can find me and Rick studying for pharmacology or in the cadaver lab right here on campus, where I spend countless hours studying the human body. I am excited to be finishing my master's degree for physician assistant studies. I am looking forward to getting out in the real world as a medical practitioner. Next year, I also plan on going with the physician assistant students to the Dominican Republic as part of the Students Without Borders program. As students, we provide health care under the supervision of physicians. I hope to be an asset to the team because of my knowledge of Spanish. As I look back at the person I was in high school compared to the person I am now, I sometimes can't believe how I have grown as an individual and a student. The opportunities I was given and the experiences I chose have changed me. My advice to you as a high-achieving student is to always follow your interests and your passion. It may mean you will have an extra year of school or a change of major. Don't worry about your grades. Sometimes failing a quiz or a test challenges you to get serious and teaches you humility. Today, allow yourself to relax and enjoy the conversations you will have in your interview. Your future professors and academic advisors want to hear your story and help you achieve your goals. I wish you all the best of luck today, and I am excited for what this next phase of your academic career has in store for you. Thank you.
I want to take the opportunity to introduce to you some of our vice presidents who are here today with us. You've already met Dr. Patricia Brown, who is vice president for enrollment management. But also with us is Dr. Michael Brogan, who is vice president for academic affairs and dean of the college. Mike, would you? Mike. And standing next to him is Dr. Richanne Menke, who is our Vice President for Institutional Advancement. And now let me introduce Frank Williams. Dr. Williams is our Director of Admissions.
Good morning. Thank you. I'm just going to do some housekeeping things. Actually, I should have said bonjour. That's where I'm stopped there at bonjour. Sorry. But I want to give you some housekeeping things. We have a really nice day planned for you today. And inside your packet, you all have one of these handouts here. Inside the middle billfold here, the presentations, I want to make sure that you all have an opportunity to get to some of these presentations. And a few of them I want to point out to you. One, at the 9:15 time slot, as well as the 10:45, the plus programs. We want everyone to go to that if you have opportunity, parents. Also, because some of the things that Abrianna hit on is talking about not just coming and earning the one program, but she's actually had an opportunity to fit some things in there to do an additional program. And for this session here, we'll give you some insight with that, with some of the liberal arts programs we have, and how you can graduate with more than just the requirements from one area, but really maximizing your time here with us. Also, for students or parents that are looking to go to the financial aid presentation, we have that here for you as well. We understand that that's a big concern for families. We want to make sure that we are affordable, and we do have the access open for you as well. Physician assistant, international experience, internships, as well as the physical therapy program. These are all programs that we wanted to make sure you all have an opportunity to go and see. Looking at our successful graduates, we want to make sure that you can also see yourself here for the next 4, 5, or 6 years, depending on the program, but also hearing some of the successful stories of graduates that have finished at Daemen College and now they're going on into their careers. So take advantage of those things while you're here as well. And for parents, while your students are interviewing, you'll have a session with myself right down in DS 34, and I'll make sure that for the first group we can walk down together so we can have that session for you while your students are interviewing. You're open to come and speak with me. Informal, just making sure we get all your questions answered as you're looking at attending Daemen College for your son or daughter. What we want to do first is to make sure that our early interviewees can get a chance to get out of the room first and go on to to Rick. We're in 120, so they can get ready for that. So you have the 9:15 interview slot. We have our scholars. You can raise your hands, scholars, in the blue shirts back there. You guys are going to be excused so you can get to your place on time so we can get you to your interviews, as the interviewers are already on route there. All right? We can do that right now for the 9:15 interviewers. And just to let you know also, there are campus tours. So today is the day that we want to make sure that for many of you, it confirms your decision to come to Daemen College, and for others, we want to make sure that we help you to make that decision. We have a lunch also, so we'd love you to stay for lunch with us. And if you have any questions throughout the day, myself, the admissions counselors, will be available to you. Thanks for coming, and we'll make sure that the sessions are well attended, so please take part in those. Thank you again. We'll see you this afternoon for lunch. Thanks for my doctor. I really appreciate it. Oh.